This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and the latest news from Alpena Community College with Dr. Olin Joynton. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest today is Brad Summers, who is the Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club of Alpena. Hi, Brad.
Hi.
I know first thing we want to talk about is Buy a Bag for Kids' Sake. What a tremendous success, and you have a lot of people you want to thank out there. I know you can't go by name because there'd be too many.
Oh yeah, we had a lot of sponsors and a lot of donors this year step up and help us out with our event. It was a big success. We actually raised more funds this year than we have in the past 10 years of the event. And that is due to the entire community and the support that we received. We had so many people just step up and contact me about things that they like to donate, or bags or baskets that they had that, you know, could help us out with the event. We ended up with 28 different bags this year, which was up from previous years. Our board of directors showed a lot of support with donating. We had Besser Credit Union showed us a lot of support this year. And Alpena Agency helped sponsor us, and you know, we had a lot of really great businesses and donors really help us out this year. And
we want to especially thank the brewery for the location, because it's an awesome location, and Fresh Palate for the wonderful catering.
Yeah, both did a great job, and both have already signed up next year to help us out with the event.
Yay.
So can't go wrong with that kind of support.
Yay! And then Payless Shoe Source, once again another wonderful partnership that you formed.
Yep, this will be our second year working with Payless Shoes. They're a national partner with the Boys and Girls Club, and they've been generous enough to give us another 100 gift certificates this year for free shoes for kids. So we have 100 club members who will be receiving free shoes during this time of the year. Up until March, we give them all away. You know, and we have a lot of kids that come into the gym and, you know, have shoes that are just flat pieces of rubber that they can barely get any traction, and, you know, and kids, you know, are rambunctious. They like to get out.
Their feet grow so blasted fast.
So this is another way for us just to help out our members, help out the parents too, you know, supplying their kids with much needed supplies, which is shoes. So it's a great partnership, and we're really happy to be able to extend it to our members.
And another way to help is the holiday mailers coming to a mailbox near you.
And, you know, I know a lot of mailboxes are getting you know, full of the holiday mailers and donations, but you know, each year we put this out, you know, and it's a successful fundraiser for our club as well. And it's kind of nice because when the card that we send out is actually a card made by a club member. This year, Sierra Corwin was our club winner. We have a little competition at the club. Kids design and make their own cards and their own ideas, and Sierra Corwin won this year. It was a really nice mitten with a little heart over the Alpena area on the mitten that looks like Michigan. And it's a nice way for us to recognize one of our members too. There's a little biography of her on the back of it, and you know, a nice little saying on the inside. So
wonderful. And it only takes $10 to support a family for one entire year. Doesn't matter how many kids are in that family. For one entire year, it has to be the best deal in town.
Oh well, we believe it's the best deal in town. Absolutely. You know, and $6 for an individual. So anybody that's out there that really wants to get their club involved with a place that, you know, really extends a lot of educational components toward, for children, physical activities, really a lot of different learning aspects go into what we do on a daily basis. So.
And a hot supper every evening.
Every single evening from 4:30 until 5:30, we serve free supper from anybody 6 to 18.
Don't have to be a club member?
Nope, you don't have to be a club member. You could just be walking by, you know, walking by and hungry, and you could stop in and have a free meal.
Okay, sounds wonderful. And hard to believe that as we're taping this today that Martin Luther King Day is just around the corner. So you have something special you're doing that day?
Yep, the program staff, Jen, Carissa, and Casey are coming up with an idea this year to do a march, Martin Luther King Day march around the Boys and Girls Club, the bike path, and to get some exposure out in the community too for civil rights and what the importance of Martin Luther King Day is.
Ooh, wonderful. I look forward to seeing everyone out there marching.
Oh, it should be fun.
And it is a very important day. It's a day that formed history. So it is important that we recognize it.
Yeah, historically this is a very important day. So we definitely want to, you know, put our efforts forward to recognize it.
Thank you for doing that.
Well, thank you.
And you're also open during Christmas break, really important for families and everyone to know that.
Yep, we're open 12 to 6 each day.
Okay.
And then on Fridays, of course, we're open 12 till 5. We close an hour early on Fridays, but we are there. We are open, so please come and utilize our resources.
Okay, and then other than that, just back to regular hours once school gets started again. Always looking for people for the mentoring program, whether you want to be a lunch buddy or a traditional bigs person. We really need to have new mentors.
Oh, absolutely.
Always a waiting list for kids.
Yep, there's a lot of kids out there that need matches. Our mentoring coordinator right now is doing a really good job of matching people from the community with kids during lunches, and even just in the community with doing fun things like taking a kid sledding, or just having fun throwing a football with a kid for an hour. You know, it doesn't have to be a long-time commitment, it doesn't have to be a long-term commitment, but just any time could really help out a kid and really help them, grow as an individual.
And then the high school bigs program too, you always need more volunteers for that.
Oh yeah, always need more volunteers for the high school bigs program. We have quite a few signed up right now, but like you said, always can utilize more volunteers for the program just to expand what we can currently do. And these people that help with this program are vital to what we can provide the kids.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, and if anyone's interested in more information, they can call 356-0214.
Yes.
They can contact the Boys and Girls Club. You can stop for a visit, but you can't come in when the kids are there and kind of roam freely through the club. So call ahead of time, set up an appointment. If you're a parent or a grandparent that's in charge of your children, you want to see kind of what activities go on there and what happens. And even just the open gym is a wonderful thing for our community.
Yep, we've put a lot of efforts in improving our building over the last couple of years, and we would love to show people the improvements that we've done. So come in for an interview anytime.
Okay, and remember that holiday mailer is coming to a mailbox near you.
Yep.
So
please support the club.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a huge donation. Every dollar. If every person in this community gave $1, wow, what a wonderful thing that would be.
Well, if you think about it in an aspect too, to feed an individual kid every day is about $2.50. So even if you were to donate $2.50, you know that you've helped a kid eat for that day.
Very true.
You can think of it in small aspects like that: $6 for a membership, $10 for a year, to help sponsor a family. There's a lot of different ways to give to the club, and that's definitely one of the most important ones that we can think of.
Okay, well, on behalf of everyone here at WBKB-TV, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and I look forward to speaking to you again next year.
Well, Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll be right back with some information from Alpena Civic Theater following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last two guests today are both from Alpena Civic Theater. I have Amanda Halsey and Zach Clement. Hi and welcome.
Hello. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for being here. And Amanda, today we're going to talk about things my mother taught me, and it's at Alpena Civic Theater. So, and we were just talking before we started about the time commitment that is involved in being at a civic theater. So tell me, what kind of time commitment have you had to make so far for this production?
Well, it's an everyday through the week, Monday through Friday kind of commitment. It's generally 2 to 3 hours. The closer to a show, the more time you put in, and it is time consuming. I go right from work to the theater and then home and then repeat it the next day.
Oh boy. But it's so sad when it's over.
It is.
I know, it's that big letdown. It's so hard, yes.
Yep.
Now, Zach, what about you? Time commitment, same thing?
Yeah, pretty much. I have some other volunteer things that I go to. So for the most part, my schedule is pretty clear. But sometimes, I've got some commitments that I have to go to. But, I mean, in the end, it's a great feeling knowing that you are performing for other people and making them happy and everything. So, at the end of the day, it makes me feel fantastic. Yay.
Amanda, tell me about Things My Mother Taught Me.
It is a new romantic comedy about two very young, a couple who are moving into their first apartment together.
Okay.
And several things happen that go amiss on move-in day, and it shows you the process of going through the chair getting stuck in the front door and surprise visit from both sets of parents and a stolen moving van. And it just shows the going through the motions of, how do we fix this? How do we get through that?
Okay. And Zach, tell me about the character you play.
Well, I play Gabe Lawson, who is a 28-year-old head over heels, love-drunk idiot who is just so happy to finally have the woman of his dreams, and he is planning on proposing to his significant other that weekend. So he invites not only his parents up, but Olivia's parents up. And Olivia has no idea what is going on this weekend. So when the surprise visit happens, she's freaking out. She's like, "Oh my God, my mom is here." And Gabe has also kept it a secret from Olivia's mother that he is proposing to her. So she has no idea what's going to happen. And Olivia's mother, played by Jodie Collins, is she's open-minded, but she also agrees to the fact that people should not settle down with the first person that they meet. So she's not too happy that Olivia has settled down with the first man that she has been with. And it's just, there's some conflicts between mother and daughter, and then you get the other side of the family who is just extremely happy and just like, go for it. And it's a lot of fun.
All right, tell me about your role.
I play Olivia Keegan, who is a 27-and-a-half-year-old. We argue about that a little bit. And I am an architect, and I have a little bit of OCD.
Okay.
So I like things neat and tidied up, and of course, moving into a new place, there are things everywhere.
Sure.
So things like that kind of get on me, and I'm a little bit uptight about moving day. So, it's kind of a little bit of a stressful time for my character. But she does love her mother very much, but they clash heads because Olivia does love Gabe and wants to marry him. But then you have Olivia's mother who, like Zach said, doesn't want her to settle down with the first guy.
Okay. Now, who are playing some of the other roles? You told us about Jodie. Who are some of the others?
We have Bruce Michaud playing my father, Wyatt.
Oh, that booming voice.
Yes. And then we have Rosina Phillips playing my mother, who is Lydia. And we have
Jim Phillips playing my father.
Yes. And then we have Rex Reynolds playing our building super, who doesn't know proper English. So every time something goes wrong, he just says, "I'm sorry, what did you say? What did you say?" And then, is that everyone? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we have Scott Edgar as our director, and Mary Jo Skiba as our assistant director, who have been a fantastic help. Fantastic directors. They're giving us proper direction, and just everything is, flowing smoothly, and it looks natural. It looks like a young couple moving into an apartment for the first time. It looks exactly how, and people can definitely relate to all of this. Everything that happens in the show, I'm sure at least one thing has happened to another couple the same way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and when can we come to Alpena Civic Theater to see this production?
The show opens on January 9th.
Okay.
And it runs for 4 showings, 4 nights, and then we take a break, and then we come back on the 16th. And for another 4 shows, and then we're done.
Oh, yay. So a romantic comedy, everyone's going to want to see it, so they need to call the box office and get their tickets. So what's that number?
The number is 356-3624.
Okay. So make sure you do that because your shows always sell out. Very important that people know that. Okay, and what kind of an audience do you think this is geared for?
It could be geared for any audience. I mean, it's not so much for younger kids, but there is no vulgarity in it. There is nothing negative. So it could be for any age range, but it is more along the lines of teenager through, adulthood.
Okay.
So.
Okay, and what time are show times?
Evening show performances start at 7:30.
All right.
And then Sunday matinees are at 2.
Okay, so people need to call and get their reservations.
Yes.
Hey, what a wonderful Christmas gift idea.
Yes, it is.
Definitely.
Or
It really
early
is.
Valentine's Day gift.
Oh, sure, yes. Okay, so we have a little bit of time left, so I just want to ask you, Amanda, what's your favorite type of role?
Gosh, that's hard to answer. I love theater, and I've been in several musicals.
Okay.
This is my first non-musical, so it's a completely different ballpark.
Oh, yeah.
I do love to sing, so I generally go towards musical-based plays, but any part that I'm offered, I'll go for. And I don't really have a specific favorite.
Oh, good for you. Zach?
I do have a specific favorite. It's the bad guy in the show.
Really?
I just think that the bad guy has some of the most fun because there is you know, the main character who everybody loves, but then the bad guy also has that part that you're sitting in the audience and you're like, this guy is just not a nice person, but I like him.
Okay.
And it's a lot of fun.
Okay. All right, once again, when can we come to Alpena Civic Theater to see Things My Mother Taught Me?
We open January 9th.
Okay.
And we run for 2 weekends, and we close on the 29th, right? 21st?
Check it out, for sure.
Let's see. 19th. 19th. It
Okay.
had 9 in it.
Yeah, 29th is like another 10 days, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, and once again, you always sell out, so get your tickets.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, thank you all very much. I look forward to seeing your performance, and thank you so much for doing this as a volunteer in our community, like you said, to make us all happy and enjoy theater in our own backyard.
Yes. Well, thank you for having us.
Yes,
Thank you. Please stay tuned for Dr. Olin Joynton following these messages.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Talk of the Town. My guest this morning is Vice President of Student and Academic Affairs, Kathy Marsh. Welcome to the show, Kathy.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
And you are what we call the Chief Academic Officer, and so you are in charge of the main business of teaching and learning that goes on at the ACC campus. I tend to say everybody else has a position that's ancillary or in a supportive mode for what you and the faculty are doing. So it's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you. Thank you.
The next big event coming up at ACC is the registration for the so-called spring semester, which begins in January, when it's not very spring-like. But by the time we end this semester, we're into May, and the weather is very nice. So we will be starting the registration process in earnest the week before classes begin on Tuesday, the 7th of January. Is that correct?
Correct.
Now, sometimes that first day of registration is limited to first-time students, but is that the case this coming week?
No, on Tuesday, January 7th, we will have an orientation for new students between 12 and 1 o'clock. But then at 1 o'clock, then what we call central registration for anybody will open up.
So regardless of whether you're returning or you've been away for a while and you're coming back,
Correct.
in that sense of returning, or you're a first-time student, come on in starting Tuesday the 7th of January. The 8th and the 9th through Thursday of that week will be our primary registration activity.
Correct. On the 7th, we're open until 4:30, but on the 8th and 9th, that Wednesday and Thursday, we're open till 7 o'clock. So if you can't get there during the day and you work, then please come see us in the evening.
To take care of people who work during the day, to register after work, and there's 20 to 30% of our classes are offered in the evening, as I recall, and so that's with the people who have day work schedules in mind, that they can get their education in the evening. And that's great of you and the faculty to offer that service to our community.
I'd also like to mention that when registration is open, if you can't get on campus and you have already been a student with ACC, you can register online and not have to come to campus at all. And that's open 24/7.
Okay, very good. So online access makes our lives easier in many respects, and that's something we offer at ACC. We should also talk about how the college will be open Thursday and Friday, the 2nd and the 3rd of January, and people who would have the opportunity to visit campus then could check in with Director of Admissions, Mike Colleen.
Correct?
And also in the financial aid office to get financial aid started if that hasn't already been done.
It would be very helpful to get some of the paperwork for your financial aid and for your admissions taken care of those days, so that starting right up the next week, you can, on the 7th, you can start scheduling your classwork.
So most people know what a FAFSA form is. It's accessible online. You could visit our financial aid link on our website and learn about that, but it's the starting point for the application for all kinds of financial aid that's offered at ACC. Sometimes there are some documents. It may take more than one go-round to get everything assembled for the FAFSA to be activated for the spring semester. So the earlier the better on that.
Exactly.
So what would be the focus of people starting in the middle of the school year rather than in the fall? What kind of academic counseling and guiding would you give to us?
Well, many of our career and technical education courses, because they're small numbers, we start them in the fall, and there's a sequence of classes you have to take. But if you are planning on going into a field, you can start getting your general education courses in line starting in the spring semester. So your math, your English, your social sciences, your humanities,
Natural sciences too.
Natural sciences too. You can get all of those general education requirements out of the way before you actually start into your career technical education courses, maybe in the fall.
So you might not be able to take the second semester of auto body courses or manufacturing tech courses or concrete tech courses, however, without having just taken the first set of
Correct.
courses in the fall. However, all of the associate degrees do require what we call general education, math, English, social sciences, natural sciences, and so getting those courses done would be a good activity to engage in, and then you could start those technical programs in the fall with the next cohort coming through.
Correct, and then you can focus more on your career technical education courses if you get some of your gen eds out of the way.
Very good. How do we handle people at ACC who come in and say, I really don't know what I want to do, what I want to study? Do we have any guidance for students in selecting a major and a career field connected with that major?
Well, we do have, in our Learning Center, we do have testing, interest inventory testing you can do. You can always talk with our faculty in the various fields that you're interested in, and explore with them what is entailed in the program of study that you're looking at.
Right.
So through faculty advising and some interest inventory tests, we can help you figure out where you want to go.
And I think we have a 1 credit hour course on selecting a career field and writing a resume and those kinds of things as well. What is that called?
Job search strategies.
Job search strategies. And so a lot of people will come to college without a clear idea, and that can help you narrow down and get your mind attuned to what employers are going to expect, what the labor market demand would be for various fields, what's that sweet spot between what you'd be happy doing and what you could be successful doing that's offered at ACC, and then the whole process unfolds before you.
Correct.
What about student organizations? Can students start and join student organizations in the middle of the year, or do they have to start at the beginning of the year?
Oh no, you can jump in at any time, and we have lots of them.
And Associate Vice President Nancy Sega would be the person to see about that.
Correct.
Well, thank you very much for being my guest, Kathy, and appreciate all your endeavors and those of the faculty and staff to kick off the spring semester.
Thank you, Dr. Joyton.
This has been Talk of the Town with Nancy Smitham and Dr. Olin Joyton. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on Community. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.